Hello and welcome to today's video. We will be talking about inheritance procedures for foreigners in Brazil. Whether you are living abroad or planning to invest in Brazil, understanding the process of inheritance is crucial for managing your assets and ensuring that your loved ones are taken care of in case of unfortunate event. First, let's begin by understanding the basics of inheritance in Brazil. The Brazilian legal system follows a civil law structure, meaning that inheritance procedures are governed by well-defined laws that determine how assets are distributed. If you are a foreigner and you inherit property in Brazil, the country's legal framework will still apply. One of the key points to understand is that Brazil recognizes the principle of forced heirship. This means that certain family members, such as children, parents, and spouses, have a legal right to inherit a portion of your estate, regardless of what is specified in your will. The mandatory shares varies depending on the family structure, but it ensures that close relatives are always entitled to a part of the inheritance. Now, if you are a foreigner and you inherit a property in Brazil, the process begins with filing a petition for the probate of the estate. This is done in the Brazilian courts, which will appoint an administrator to oversee the distribution of assets according to the law. It's important to note that the process can vary depending on whether the descendant was Brazilian or foreign, and this type of assets involved such as real estate or financial assets. When it comes to the distribution of property, there are certain complexities for foreigners. For example, if you inherit a Brazilian real estate, you may be required to have a CPF, which is the Brazilian Tax Identification Number. Without a CPF, the transfer of property may be delayed, and in some cases you may need to appoint a legal representative to handle the paperwork on your behalf. If you are dealing with an inheritance involving foreign assets, we will also need to coordinate with the authorities in your home country, ensuring that any international laws are respected. Brazil has various international treaties between that simply cross-border inheritance procedures, but the process can still be intricate, especially if there are different legal systems involved. There is another point to mention that is about taxes. In Brazil, the inheritance tax is levied by each state, not the federal government. The rates vary depending on the state, the value of the inheritance, and the relationship between the deceased and the beneficiary. Generally, the rates range from 4 to 8%, and the tax is due within a few months after the probate process begins. For foreigners who inherit property or assets in Brazil, it's recommended to seek legal assistance to navigate the complex regulations and ensure that everything is handled properly. A local attorney will help you with the necessary paperwork, dealing with the courts, and ensuring compliance with Brazilian laws. In conclusion, inheritance procedures for foreigners in Brazil involve understanding both the local legal system and any international application that may apply. The process can be complicated, but with the right legal guidance, it's possible to navigate the steps successfully. If you have questions or need assistance with inheritance procedures in Brazil, don't hesitate to reach out. You can contact us via email, and our website is here on this video. Our team is here to provide you with the expertise and support you need to manage your inheritance efficiently and in compliance with Brazilian law. Thanks for watching, and I hope this information has been helpful. See you in the next video. Bye bye.